Hello, Earth 39 podcast. I am here with Ellie. How do you pronounce your last name?
Zeiler.
Zeiler. I'm here with Ellie Zeiler. I was calling you Ellie Zeiler earlier.
Okay.
We finally worked this out. Got her on the podcast. It's going to be a great time. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I mean, you must be great. You just hit 3 million.
Yeah, it's
That's
good.
insane.
It is.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is insane. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah. And so are you drinking coffee right there? People won't be able to see I can see you.
Sorry. Yeah, I am.
Oh, I love coffee.
Recently I've been needing I've just been especially in quarantine, I've started to become addicted to it. I literally have 3 coffees a day. But yeah.
That's exactly me too, though. And iced coffee. Iced coffee's a move.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So what's your go-to coffee order, would you say, now that we're on the subject?
Oh, now that we're on the subject of coffee,
Mm-hmm.
I'll get just either a macchiato, or I'll just get a cold brew, something like that.
That's
Oh,
great.
but recently my family's been making the whipped coffee, the TikTok whipped coffee.
Yeah.
And we literally, my brothers and I, my brothers are 14, and so it's not even an acceptable time, I guess, for them to drink coffee, and they make 3 of them a day. It's crazy.
That's insane. So are you the oldest?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, me too. I have 2 younger brothers, so it's all 3 boys in my house.
That's fun for your mom.
I think she likes it and also hates it, but I mean, I saw your siblings on your TikTok when I was preparing for the episode. So how's that been? How's family time been?
It's good. I think I definitely keep a tight schedule. And just no, for example, I don't go on my phone in the morning, and we'll go for a family walk, or I'll shut off my phone at around 9 o'clock so that I can just chill and watch TV with them. So yeah, it's definitely time spacing, but I think everyone's good. I don't know. Yeah.
That's much better than I am with my family. So
really,
more power to you. That I've been just a hermit in my room and stuff. I've been playing video games and working on school projects.
My parents literally won't even let me sit in my room for an hour by myself. It's crazy. My parents aren't the type of people to knock. They'll just come in and tell me what I need to be doing.
Yeah.
So it's weird because I don't know if it's just my situation with social media now, but I feel everyone's getting this quarantine time to rest and play video games and watch TV, and they're doing school, but they're in bed, and I'm just no, I get ready. I wake up at 8 o'clock and get ready and stuff like that. So
that's awesome. Again, I mean, still more power to you. I mean, I've definitely, I think, been doing a little bit more than my friends, but you know,
yeah, you have a podcast,
yeah, that's anyways, so moving on. What about, so for me in my house, on the topic of family, we do family movie nights every Friday, Saturday. And so for me, I make movies. I'm an aspiring filmmaker. That's how I got into TikTok and everything. And so they always make me put together a list of 5 movies and trailers and send it in our family group chat, and they'll pick from that. So what are maybe some of your quarantine picks, for movies and TV shows and stuff?
I really like making film too. I'm the director of my school's film program, and so I'm really into all of that stuff. And I think some of my top movies are the movie Begin Again. It has Adam Levine in it. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
It's so good. Oh,
it's a pretty good movie. It's a pretty good movie.
So good. I love that movie so much. Lady Bird. I don't know if you've seen that.
I've seen that as well.
Wow, it's so good. Lady Bird. I don't know, the classics, Castaway, movies like that.
Yeah, I'm glad. I mean, I'm making a project right now for school on women in directing and the gender equality in directing. I'm making a documentary about it. So I've been like I've watched Lady Bird, Little Women. I've seen every
what
lot
a
of that
movie,
stuff.
Little Women. Yeah,
Did
that's
you like it?
good. I loved Little Women. Yeah, I cried.
I liked it. It was really good. I was shocked by how much I liked it, I think.
I
But
think it's just because, like, with movies like that, they're so simple, but, like, I like, it was just so pleasant to watch. Like, just, like, everything in it was just, like, beautiful and put together, so.
great cinematography.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I'm really glad to hear you're, like, into movies and stuff. That makes this, like, 10 times easier for me, because that's, like, that's all I've been doing. I mean, I've been writing scripts and doing master classes and stuff. That's all I've been doing. Yeah. So who's, like, I guess, I mean, now that I know you're into film, this opens up newer questions. But so for me, like, I'd say my personal inspiration, like someone I aspire to be, is Martin Scorsese. Like, that dude makes some of the coolest movies, some of my favorite movies.
So true. Yeah.
So for you, who would you say that is?
You know, it kind of depends. I think it's like a stumped question, just because I like what goes into, like, everything. Like, actors wise, I really I look up to, like, Millie Bobby Brown in Stranger Things. Like, I just, like, I don't know, just, like, seeing her Instagram. I love when I can, like, follow actors and, like, people in that whole industry, like, outside of, like, their one movie that they made, or, like, TV show, and just, like, seeing how real they are outside of it, and how they're, like, not afraid to be themselves out of it. It's really inspiring. But yeah. Also, I have been watching, like, not, I guess, I mean, I don't like to use this word, but, like, not, like, artsy movies. I've been watching, like, Netflix and, like, all of, like, the TV shows. Like, I watched this TV show called Too Hot to Handle, and it was so funny. Oh my God. But yeah.
Did you see The Circle?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God. That one's incredible.
What is it about?
It's about these people, they live in an apartment, and they all enter same time, but none of them ever get to meet each other beforehand, and they all have to. Is
that the one about social media? Like,
yeah,
where they have to make, like, the social media thing, and, like, they have to, like, do it on, like, the TV and, like, their apartment thing?
Yeah.
I've seen the trailer for that, but I didn't watch it. Is it good?
It's so good. Like, I was shocked.
Really?
Have you seen Love is Blind, though?
Yeah, I have. Was it like that? Those types of shows just, like, get me. Like, I could like watch those for, like, bust them out in 2 days. They're so good.
Yeah, they're easy too. It's like that. Like, it takes no time to finish them. And, like, my dad's a huge fan of trashy reality TV, or as he calls it, trashy reality TV. And so he loves 90 Day Fiancé. That's, like, on a loop in my house. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't, but I've heard of it.
Oh my God. If you like those, if you like Love is Blind and, like, Too Hot to Handle, you are going to love 90 Day Fiancé.
Okay,
I'll watch it. It's insane. Crazy. Because it's people who are coming from another country who want to get married to someone in America, but they have to do a 90-day visa. And usually for, like,
yeah.
And usually for the plot of the show, they pick, like, weird matchups that are like, huh, that's interesting. And and then you watch that whole process of 90 days, and it's wild. It really is. It's something. But yeah, so back to quarantine picks. We got way off topic. So you've watched some artsy movies. What are those artsy movies? Because I've been watching some artsy movies too.
Honestly, it's sad, but, like, ever since quarantine started, like, my life has gotten so much busier. And I haven't finished one movie this whole time, or, like, even sat down. The only thing that I've actually watched is the Michael Jordan, like, little documentary thing. I forgot.
Last Dance or whatever.
Yeah, Last Dance.
Yeah.
I've watched that. But yeah, it's literally, like, my schedule has been, I, like, wake up and then I work all the way until, like, 10 o'clock, and then take a shower, watch TV for 15 minutes and fall asleep. Like, it's literally, I don't know. It's kind of sad.
What's the work? Like, so what's the work? So you work like schoolwork, probably making
like,
some TikToks.
Working is like, that's the thing is like, a misconception that I always get is that like, I've been on TikTok for a really long time. And like, the truth is that I literally started TikTok when was my first video? It was like a month and a half ago when quarantine started.
Mm-hmm.
And so like watching them, I was just like, wow, no, like I bet no effort goes into these. It is the complete opposite. I have found out like a lot of people, like, you watch my videos and it's just like, oh, like it probably just took her like 10 minutes to film this. Videos, especially dancing videos, because I'm so bad at dancing, literally can take me up to 3 hours to do. It is so embarrassing. But like, that's just like, right now is like a crucial time for me to grow. And so I don't know, like, I have to put in the effort, but it's just so hard. But then like, yeah, working also means like school. Like I have to like, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but I have to do mathnasium.
I've heard of that. Mathnasium.
Yeah, it sucks.
That brings me back a little bit.
Yeah, because like, that's the thing. Everyone, like, whenever I mention mathnasium, they're like, oh, I did that in like 4th grade. I'm like, yeah, I'm in 10th grade and I have to do it.
Yeah, that for sure. And going back to like the TikTok thing, I can totally, like, you haven't seen mine, but there have been so many times where I've had people be like, oh, that took you like, because I like do like skits and different stuff. That took you like 2 seconds. But sometimes I'll have a video where it's just like filming myself in the mirror and I'm saying something.
Takes so long.
But I just don't like the way I said it. And so I keep doing it until I get it right.
Or like, you'll finally get the perfect video, or like for me, the perfect dance video, and then you'll just want to redo it again to see if you can do better. And then I'll like post it. Okay, I'll like post a video of me just like lip syncing, and then people will be like, she puts in no effort. I can't believe you said that. Or like, I can't believe she just did that. And then like, I'll do a dance video and all I'll get is just like, you're a tryhard. I'm like, what do you guys want from me? Oh my God. This is crazy.
That's the thing. It's just like the community on TikTok, and it sucks. And like, you obviously just joined. So like, you just joined TikTok, but I can vouch for someone who's had TikTok and Musically for like a while. I didn't really start like kind of growing on it until like a few months ago, but for someone who's had it for a while, there was a time period, and I know a lot of people are talking about it, called old TikTok, like from last summer. Like it ended really last summer.
No, I remember like my friends watching it with like the Visco girls and all that stuff. Those were the days.
Yeah, they were the days.
We should bring it back. See, everyone misses it, but like, we still have the power to bring it back. It's just like toxic, like, I don't know.
People are trying. There are some accounts like solely dedicated to bringing old TikTok back.
That would be good.
And it's
I
also
want to be a part of that.
Yeah, you should totally do that. Trust me. Old TikTok, that's where it's at. Like that makes me all sad thinking about it now. So I mean, all I have for question 4, and I wrote this down listening to a different episode of the podcast, is just in quotes, this time is so weird. So like, I don't know about you, but when I was younger, I was like tasked with stuff where it'd be like, okay, go call your grandma and ask her what it was like to live through the Great Depression and stuff, and like talk to her about that stuff. And it's weird to think that we're living in a current historical moment that we're going to be asked about one day when we're like 70. Like, how does that feel for you?
That's so right. Like, it's just so weird to think about. Like, it's weird because it seems so distant, but yet like it's affecting every single person. And I don't know. Like, it's weird because like we're just teenagers living in it. But then again, like I learn about like World War II and think about like things like that. Obviously, it's not the same at all. But like in aspects, it kind of is. I don't know.
The fact that the type of world that we live in now can like literally go on pause like the way it has is
I didn't think it was possible.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it's ending now. I mean, you can obviously tell there are some people are starting to like the protests and everything, but like the fact that we were able to maintain it for that period of time was pretty impressive.
Oh, like, yeah, I didn't even think like the world could shut down for a week, let alone it's been like 2 months now. And I was talking to my mom about this morning, but it's crazy to think that like, yeah, things have grown, but I think to the beginning of quarantine, and I feel like everything is the exact same.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's also, it's kind of less, I feel like it'd be worse if it was only like this in certain parts of the world, but knowing that like every single person is in the same situation, I don't think like, you know, it's as bad for people. I don't
No,
know.
yeah. I actually, I mean, it makes it easier with people, you know, knowing like everyone's doing it. And the weird thing is that I've been thinking about a lot is like, you and I are as far away from each other, like as me and my neighbor are, if that makes sense. We're each just one phone call away from each other, which is the weirdest thing.
That's so weird. I didn't even think about that. That's such a good point.
That's all I've been thinking about this whole quarantine.
We're all like really equal right now. We're all just like, yeah.
And that's like whenever someone, and this is so petty and so like, you'll probably agree with this. Like when someone leaves me undelivered or read or something, it's like, what are you doing? Like, come on.
Yeah, it's like we're all in the same situation. Like, what are you doing that's so different than like
it's like, me. I know you look at your phone. Like, come on. Like,
it's so true.
Exactly. And
so
it gives
weird,
people no excuses.
Speaking of that, like, I feel like I haven't talked, like, in the beginning of quarantine, I was, like, talking to my friends from school and all this stuff. I haven't, like, talked to anyone since, like, for a while now. Just because I feel like Snapchat's, like, a chore nowadays.
Yeah.
Just, just snapping back, like, the same picture of, like, your wall that you've been in for, like
half your face. Like, it's just...
Yeah.
There's no substance.
Exactly. And there's nothing, like, no one's really doing anything. So, like, what can you talk about? Like, oh, what you doing? Oh, well, same thing that you asked me, like, a month ago. So.
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean, call me old-fashioned, but I prefer, and my friends always get mad at me for doing this all the time, but I'm a FaceTime person all the way.
Oh, yeah, same. 100%.
Like, I would, like, that's, like... You know, I love FaceTiming people before I go, especially before I go to bed and I'm just watching a movie in my bed. And like Zoom, which you probably don't know this is awesome. If you want to use this, go ahead. It's great. I've done it one time, but I FaceTime my friend, and with the share screen feature in Zoom, you guys can watch a movie together.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I didn't really know that.
Yeah, it's a really great like thing for like friends and stuff. But yeah, I mean, this whole thing's weird. I don't really know how to put it besides that. I mean,
I don't know. It's just uneasy. Like, it's just like, I don't know. I don't think it's ever happened before, but.
And I mean, thinking about where I was before this and where I stood on coronavirus, I was like, this is just like Ebola. It's like going to be like a funny internet movie.
Can we talk about the fact that like, okay, not to be mean, but like, can we talk about the fact that like, before the world was shut down in school, people would talk about coronavirus and you just like make a joke about it.
Yeah.
Or like the people that would wear masks to school and then you'd like laugh at them, and then now it's just like, oh yeah, you guys were right. Like,
yeah, it's like,
you.
It's like, sorry.
Whoops.
Our bad. Well, on 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry. It's just I don't even want to think about it anymore. We don't have to talk about it anymore.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the show You?
No, I haven't.
No? That wasn't one of my questions. It was a little off topic, but you should watch it. Great show.
Okay. I will.
So I already asked you about family time. So what about Tyler, the creator? That guy. Him. So Tyler. I got to see, and I'm super jealous of you. I was researching your video. I'm not being creepy. I was like researching your video. I went on your highlights on your Instagram story because that's like, over time. And I was like, no, is that Tyler? And then I clicked on it and I was like, oh, like, Tyler, that's so cool. And also, was it an Igor concert? Because it looked like
it was his Igor.
How?
What do you mean how? He was touring last year for it.
I mean, did I miss that? Did I miss his whole tour? Because I never once heard about a tour.
He never posted about his tours or anything. But yeah, so that worked out. Like, my friend Mia, she had tickets to go with him, and she had tickets to go with her other friend. And they had the tickets like literally since they came out. Like, I think they were like, I don't know the price, but like she got them when they were like literally $50, like super cheap. At least for Tyler. And then like the like girl canceled like last minute, and she's like, Ellie, will you come with me? And I was like, yes, please. And yeah, it was crazy. It was so fun.
I bet. He put like I mean, watching his Grammys performance, that dude puts on a great show.
Oh yeah, just like also knowing that like I was in the same room as him was just like, I don't know. It was weird.
For me, that was like, I mean, the first concert I ever went to was Chance the Rapper. And that was great.
Really?
I wouldn't go to a Chance the Rapper concert now just because his new album isn't that good, but when I went for Coloring Book, it was a great concert. He did all of his old songs, like Sunday Candy and all that stuff. It was great. I was like an 8th grader, and I was the happiest boy in the world. I was like, yes.
Yeah, Tyler did. He is just so weird, like, especially in person. For his first song, like, the opening act, like, everyone's flipping out, and I think, like, what song came on? It was, like, one of his, like, kind of basic, like, Earthquake or something. He comes out in his, like, suit with, like, his wig on, and he just, like, stands there the whole song. Literally does not sing. He just stands there the whole time. And then everyone's like clapping and we're like, what the heck is going on? And he just stands there. And then like next song he walks off and then like comes back and starts like going crazy. It was, oh gosh, I have a lot of videos of that night.
I might actually, after that, I might be like, yo, can you send me your bootleg videos of the Tyler, the Creator concert? I will definitely.
Oh yeah, I got you. Everyone, all of my friends were like, he's like, I don't know, he's just so cool. And like all of the little things, like you'll probably like this, but like all of, what's it called, like the background on stage, it was so cool. There were like clouds and he was like floating. Don't worry, I'll send you all the videos.
We'll like exchange numbers or Snapchats or something later, and we'll get it figured out. Or I was really actually kind of nervous before this interview, because I have interviewed big TikTokers, but congrats, you're the biggest TikToker to be on the podcast thus far.
Oh, wow.
3 million. That's crazy. That's still crazy to me. Like, that,
me too.
I mean, 3 million people, like, care about, what you're posting, what you do. That must be crazy.
It's crazy, like, but like I think about it a lot, but I can't think too deeply on it, because then I'm just gonna like overanalyze all of my posts and not, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's scary to put yourself, like, if you actually think about 3 million people, it's like scary to put yourself out there more than just thinking about like the few people that like you see in the comments and stuff like that.
Yes.
But yeah.
I also figured out you like Tyler, and this was when I knew you were like a real fan and not like I was going to bring this up earlier, but just came back to me now. So I commented on your post because I wanted to get like, to try and like, I didn't know who I was emailing. I think it was your parents.
Yeah, my mom.
Yeah. Okay, because I wanted to like talk to you, like you beforehand, because I was going to be interviewing you. So I tried to comment on your post. You probably didn't see it, and I was like, oh, so excited for the podcast later today. And I was like, on the off chance she sees it, that'd be cool. But then I saw your fan accounts. There was one like, I think Ellie Cash Money or something. I don't remember. I would love to give them a shout out, but I don't remember the username.
Yeah, that's the name. I follow them, but yeah.
All right, great. Maybe I'll follow them too now. Boom. Thanks for the content. But they screen recorded your live, I think you were live or something. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you had Tyler. Oh, I don't remember what song.
Oh, yeah.
But I heard it, and I was like, I could just hear like the little intro, and I was like, "That's Tyler." I was like, "Okay, then I'm definitely gonna ask about that now."
I know. I'm always playing him. Best Interest has been like my favorite song at the moment.
I've been playing games. You out here with the lame.
All of his like YouTube videos too. Like, have you seen his like YouTube videos, like Nuts and Bolts and stuff like that?
Yeah. Have you seen Loiter Squad?
So I've heard of it. What was the?
It was like on Adult Swim. They did a TV show. It was like him, Earl Sweatshirt. It was his whole like, I don't know how to pronounce it, but like how he has like that whole crew he rolls with, like yeah. Well, however you pronounce it. And so it's that whole crew, and they just did skits, and they were always like, they were classic Tyler weird funny skits.
Yeah.
And he did you know that
video.
Do you know Vine?
Yeah.
Remember that video where it's like, you really just gonna bring me a birthday gift on my birthday with a birthday gift from a birthday with a birthday gift?
Yeah.
That's Tyler. Like, that's Loiter Squad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's
that's
crazy. And that's him in the wig too. The guy who gets the yeah. But Tyler is he's great. My cousin actually got the opportunity to meet him in Toronto at a golf pop-up shop. And she told me he was like so awkward and just shy and like totally really antisocial.
Yeah, I live in San Diego, which is close to LA, and so I go to LA a lot, and like the golf store, like people say that like he's there sometimes, and like he doesn't let people take pictures. Oh, my friend, the same girl Mia who invited me to his concert, saw him at the Grove, which is like this like super popular like mall in LA. Yeah, you know what the Grove is. Saw him at the Grove, and she went up to him and she was like, can I get a picture with you? Like, I'm your biggest fan, like, I love you. And he goes, Sundays are my day off, and walks away. And she tells her mom, she's like, oh, he said Sundays were his day off. And her mom's like, Mia, today's Saturday. And it was like, what the heck, Tyler? That's so weird.
You gotta if I ever saw him, oh, no worries. I'm interviewing you, so. Oh, yeah.
It's fine. At his concert, he was like screaming. He was like, get off of your phones, everyone! Like, put your phones down. Stop recording me. Like, leave me in the moment. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
I mean, yeah, I've heard some stories. I've also watched some interviews. Like, if you watch any interviews or anything with him, like, it's very,
you'll know. Yeah.
Like, that's so kind of probably what makes him a great artist.
Oh yeah, totally. And like, he's just like, I don't like using, he's just like cool. Like, I don't know what other word to use. Like, he's just like, he's so himself, and it's so funny.
And the himself part is so true too, because if you went on pause I wasn't sure if you hung up or something, like something happened. You went on pause for a second. But he wrote, produced, and sang and arranged the entirety of Igor, like, pretty much by himself, which is insane. Like, the fact that he can do that at the level he's at with the resources that are available to him is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
And what's that one song? I can't remember, but like, there are some songs that have like pretty big rappers on it, and I don't really feel like Tyler even, like, there's a song that has, like, you can hear Kanye. He doesn't really say much, but you can hear him, like, his voice is in it. And it never said featuring Kanye. I looked. It was shocking to me. Do you like Kanye?
Yeah, I do.
I love Kanye.
He's very cool.
Yeah, I want to see Kanye in concert. That'd be cool, but I don't know if I'd go to a Jesus is King concert.
Me neither. I don't know.
it's not really even about the religion aspect. I mean, I'm just not a super religious person in general, but like,
yeah, I didn't really like the album that much. I liked, my favorite song of his is the song, it literally, I think the title of it is like, I Love Kanye.
I'm missing
that
old
song?
Kanye. Straight from
Yeah, that
Kanye.
song.
Yeah, that
literally
one.
My favorite song. It's just like 30 seconds of him talking about himself.
I love it, dude. I mean, I love it. I love it. This makes me feel so much better. I was legitimately nervous before this interview. I'm glad you turned out to be such a cool person. I didn't think you weren't going to be cool.
People are nervous to talk to me because it's just like, I don't know, like I'm so normal. Like I'm literally just in my room making videos all day. Like
but that's not why I was nervous to talk to you. Why I was nervous, and this is from me, I don't know how other people feel, why I was nervous is because you, like, everyone else who I've had on my podcast has always been like, even if I've never met them before, like the actual podcast, I've always had some sort of conversation with them prior, but I didn't really get to have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
And like that wasn't a big deal, but I was like, I couldn't really get a sense of what your personality was, or like, what type of questions I should ask and stuff like that, So that's really why. But I'm glad you turned out to be such a cool person. That is.
Thank you.
So, how, in your opinion, I started in quarantine a month and a half ago, and now you're at 3 million followers. How did you blow up, in your opinion?
I don't really know. Like it's kind of weird because I don't, it's kind of a bad thing, but like when I see people make fan accounts of me and like follow me and say like, I'm your idol, I'm literally just like, why? Like, I don't understand why. But I don't know. I just started posting videos, and then it was like I looked like Charlie D'Amelio, and then it turned like I don't know.
Like, because I feel like you probably, I mean, I have TikTok, and you're obviously on a way different level than where I am. But I know I can see my duets, and I know I can see my comments. I know I can see my likes. Mm-hmm. And so I'm sure, like, you see that
like,
stuff.
I see all of it. I see all of it. Like, all of the meme, like, videos people make, I see every single thing. But, yeah.
And it's I mean, I think, personally, jealousy is probably a factor, and I'm sure your mom or someone's told you that, like, people are jealous of you. That's always what my mom tells me when I'm like, they're like, oh, they're just jealous.
And I'm like, why? Like, I don't understand.
That's what I was wondering, because when I started my TikTok account, I was like doing like cosplays and stuff, and so that was not going to my school, where my dad's was a professional football coach, so there's a little bit riding on that of just, you're supposed to be a certain type of way, and you have a last name that you gotta uphold. So I play on the football team, but like, it just was not a great mixture of two different communities. And so I'd constantly be called like, oh, like, just like whatever I dressed up as that week. And so eventually I let them, win, and I stopped doing that, which I don't really regret. Right decision at the time.
Yeah. That's the thing, is like, sometimes people, they're like, you shouldn't have quit that because of the people. And then you're like, well, I kind of changed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Eventually you kind of like, well, they have a point.
I mean, they kind of have a reason to make fun of me.
And I mean, so how did you blow up? We talked about that a little bit. So what do you wish you knew when you downloaded TikTok?
A few things. Number one is how much time it takes. It's a lot of time and effort. Number two is I kind of needed a warning on how mean people were, because here I am. I have a nonprofit organization called Together as One, and where we basically talk about like inclusivity and like culture diversity and all of these things. And like, having that account made me think like, oh yeah, like our generation's gonna be like the generation to change the world. Like we're so aware and like we're so like ready for change and all of these things. And downloading TikTok, I was like, whoa, how can, like, I didn't think like mean people like that still, you know, existed. And so I think definitely going into it, I would want to have like a warning and like maybe like not read the comments, because like when you start off, you're really intrigued with like what people have to say and their opinions. Now it kind of like, I don't really care anymore. But like in the beginning, I would just like would like scroll up on my videos to see, or like on my comments to like constantly be seeing like what people were saying. And it just doesn't matter. Like these people aren't living in your life. It's just like they're watching you, and I appreciate that, and I love them, and I love the supporters. But the people who are hating on you, like they just don't, I don't know. There's no meaning to it. You know what I mean?
And the crazy thing about the hate, and like probably the hate you're getting too, is like there's no way people would do half the stuff they do, or half the stuff they duet, or half the stuff they comment in real life. Like it's all bark and no bite. That's really the best way to put it.
And a lot of it is just getting, here's the thing that I don't understand, is hurting someone's feelings to get one video with clout. Like I see accounts like ripping on me that like one video they'll like be super mean and it'll get like 2 million views, and then the next video that they post like has like 1,000 views, and I'm like, okay, nice, so you made fun of someone to get views that are gonna do what for you? Like,
I mean, how much did your account really grow? How are you going to sustain the newfound success from this video? Are you just
and it's also like, do you want to be famous for being mean? What? So why start?
We all know how that turned out. How people who get famous for being mean, like Max Dressler, I wouldn't say he was super mean, but we saw how that starts.
Hilton.
Huh?
Perez Hilton. I'm like, what? Like,
I look away. I commented on one of his posts and he liked it. Yeah.
Nice.
He posted this video of like him lip syncing some sad song, and I couldn't tell if he did it for attention or not. But he's lip syncing some sad song and he's in a dark room, and he like put some really edgy caption, like a 7th grader would put, like "streaks don't hit me up" or something. But like not like that, you know, but like only real ones know. And so I commented on it, like really ironically, Perez is in his feels, and I did like the little emojis in between everything. And then he liked my comment.
Nice.
Not nice. I was not very proud of that. I'm just glad he didn't go any further than my comment. Like he didn't go to my account or duet me. Some of the things he said though to certain people is disgusting. Like that I don't even want to say it on here. It's also vulgar, so I can't really say it on here, but like it's just gross. Yeah. So what's your creative process?
For TikToks?
Yeah.
It's like, again, a lot goes into it. It's crazy because, you know, my parents are like, why can't you just make 10 videos in a day and put them in your drafts thing and then post them throughout the week? Like, why do you have to do this every single day? And it's because the trends change so quickly. And the music changes literally on a day-to-day basis. And so like if I do that on Monday, like, and post something on Friday from my drafts, it's going to be completely different. So kind of looking at like the other big creators, like Addison Rae, she's like the person that I look up to like the most, especially on TikTok. And like seeing the sounds that she uses and things like that, and just like what's doing well, what's not doing well. And also just like trying everything, dance videos, like regular lip syncing videos, you know, cooking videos, all like makeup videos, all of the stuff, just to hit every single check mark. But yeah, I don't know.
And I mean, I definitely, the thing was, you know, you were on my For You page. I found out about you. And so I was like, I reached out to you to be on the podcast, but you know, there gets a point where I have to write questions, and I've had a lot of stuff going on this week, especially podcast related, but I was researching your account, and one thing I noticed, which I was like super impressed by, like compared to what I thought, what my preconceived notions were and what I thought I knew, was that Your account has a variety of content. You obviously put work into it. You obviously care. Like, you're obviously trying and putting in a good effort and coming out with like really solid quality videos.
Thank you.
And I mean, like, that was just impressive. Like, the fact that you're not, because I usually like to ask people, what's your category? What category do you put yourself in? Because there's, tons of different subcategories, communities, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's, you kind of transcend them a little bit. You do a lot of different cool stuff.
It's also things like I make videos that I like to watch. And so obviously I'm not a dancer. That is very obvious when you go to my TikTok, but I like watching dance videos. So I'm going to make dance videos. Like, I don't really enjoy watching comedy videos. So I don't make comedy videos.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah. And like, for me, like, you probably don't know this. Like, you just said you don't like watching comedy videos, but there is a trend in the comedy world where it was like, look for the Gummy Bear album in stores on November 13th with lots of music, videos, and extras. And people were lip syncing that and doing like overly dramatic POVs to like kind of make fun of the POV genre a bit. And so I made like a ton of them. And I actually ended up making like a 50-second short film based off literally that. For some reason, it's on my TikTok. And I mean, like, it's crazy though with some of these trends. Like, I mean, yeah, it's the things that trend are also so weird. Like, I mean, I know for you it might be a little different because you're like a little bit more in the dance world. Like, let me tell you what's trending in comedy right now. One audio which goes like this. It goes chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni, chilling with my homies.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah. And then the other one is something like, it's like, if you don't watch the Super Mario Brothers Super Show on Saturday, you're gonna turn into a Goomba. And like, that's
I literally have never heard that before.
I know, right? But like, the whole trend in the comedy area right now is to take really ridiculous audios and try to create a super dramatic POV and do like a really over the top caption. So like, for the Gummy Bear one the first one I did, which did pretty well, was the Gummy Bear is trying to promote his new album, but he just figured out the radio host has been having an affair with his wife and is the real father of his 12-year-old son. So I like went as extreme as you possibly could go. That's why I did well. I mean, it works. It's a formula, but it works.
Yeah.
So we have like 10 minutes left. Huge bummer in my opinion, but I'm going to go get my speed round questions up so we can do the speed round if you want. First question. You can only listen to one artist for the rest of your life. Who is it?
Billy Joel.
That is such a good choice.
Thank you.
Well, because most people respond with like, Lil Uzi, like, like a rapper or something. And you responded with like a really quality artist. So it was a little surprising. For me, it's Kanye, but still. Favorite clothing brand?
Looking into my closet. I like the store Aritzia. Probably never heard of it. It's a girl's store.
I've not.
But I bet check it out for your mom.
Yeah, I bet it's pretty cool. It's actually Mother's Day this Sunday. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, shoot. And then my mom's birthday the week after. So.
Nice.
No pressure. If your life was a movie, so this question has kind of two parts. If your life was a movie, what movie would it be? And then the second part is, what would the title of a movie about you be? If that makes sense.
What movie do I relate to? I don't relate to any movies.
It can be really abstract. Like for me, I'd say Superbad.
Never seen it.
Okay, that's good to know.
Oh, what movie? No, this is like a movie that like I want my life to be like in the future, but 13 going on 30, that's the movie that I want my life to be.
That movie is I love that movie. It's got my boy Mark Ruffalo in it. Love
Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo. But the fact that you haven't seen Superbad is kind of concerning to me. So it's a good thing it's 3 hours earlier where you are, because this weekend if you're not watching with me, I'm somehow finding out a way for you to watch Superbad, because that movie everyone needs to see once in their life. It's that good.
Okay.
You gotta. I'm telling you, you'll love it.
Okay.
What is your favorite word?
Marvelous. That's my favorite word.
Huh.
Nothing else to say about that.
Do you use marvelous a lot?
Yeah, I do. I just like the word.
My favorite word is bonkers. That's bonkers, man. I don't know, just it's fun to say.
Yeah.
Not that deep. If you could be anyone else for a day, who would it be?
Kendall Jenner.
Good, that's a good choice. Pretty good choice.
Thank you.
Who would you cast in a movie or TV show to play you?
Oh, that's a good question.
Right? And also, by the way, like, you can take any actor you want and say like a young whatever. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be the exact age they are now.
I mentioned her before, but probably Millie Bobby Brown.
I could see that. She could definitely pull that off. Just like the no British accent, but besides that. Favorite movie?
I don't know.
13 going on 30?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite TV show? I don't know for this one.
Oh, it's called The Marvelous Mrs Mazal.
That show is so fire.
You've seen it?
Yes, I have.
That's my favorite show.
It's a great show. My parents watched it, and then I was like, I'm going to do it because they keep saying it's really good. And the last thing my parents showed me was Breaking Bad, and that's now like my favorite thing of all time.
Oh, yeah.
So, have you seen Breaking Bad?
Yeah, I have. Wait, is that the one with like the drugs and stuff?
Yes, where they make the meth and one's a
yeah. That one's good. That one's good.
Great. But yeah, so then I watched it and it was really good. It wasn't like necessarily my type of genre, but it's still a really good show.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
so last but not least, 30 seconds of knowledge. What's some advice you would give to up and coming creators?
This is gonna sound so cliche, but it's kind of like, not only be yourself, but like before you get into and really know that you want to have this be a career or something like that, really know who you are in the beginning, because people are going to try to tear you down. And if you yourself know, then there's no stopping you.
Damn. That's deep.
And Tyler, the creator, is a king. That's it.
Okay. Hey. Best possible way to end it. Outro time. Thank you so much for Ellie coming on this podcast. I have not only met a great new person, but I think I've made a good new friend. She's a really cool person. And that's all I have to say. Is there anyone you want to plug? Anything you want to plug?
No, thank you. Thank you for having me, though.
What about the nonprofit?
Oh, yeah. Follow Together is one. The Instagram handle is TGAO Movement.
I'll put a link in the YouTube description. So everyone go check that out. Thank you so much for Ellie for coming on, and I will catch you next time.